One of my worst moments was when I met Tim Duncan for the first time. He was standing there, calm, cool, and collective. And I went up to him and I choked on my saliva immediately. So I'm like, Tim, like coughing bad. And he's looking at me like, I'm trying to talk to him like, Tim, it's like, like, bro, forget about it. I kind of walked away, a little scared, a little sad. So since then, I kind of leave it alone.
A former 5-star and Gatorade Player of the Year, the greatest Hurricane since Rick Barry, a man who posterized Jose Alvarado, Lonnie Walker. Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you pulling up,
I like
dude.
your white movie guy voice.
I tried. I'm trying to get better at these.
In a world where we get Lonnie Walker on Outta Pocket.
Trying to get those voiceover bags, You've guarded mostly the best players on every team you face. Who has sort of been your toughest matchup to date?
Honestly, I would go with between Bradley Beal and Terry Rozier.
Really?
Scary Terry, man. He has a very good his movement with the ball as far as, when he's coming off screens and everything. It's a lot different than most guards that you guard,
Yeah.
So I would say between them two. And Bradley Beal, it's hard to say, you think you're doing great defense and you're like, great defense, you contest and it goes in.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
It hits no part of the rim.
No part of the rim. He probably didn't even see me contesting. He probably didn't feel me guarding him at all. It's like, he does that day in and day out.
We had Zubats on the show, and he was telling us a story where he was going to go against Dwight, and he's sweating all day, rookie, staring at the sheet, trying to memorize everything, and they were just like, you can just hope for the best. Who was kind of that guy for you maybe as a rookie when you came in?
James Harden.
Okay.
So
you remember that night before?
Absolutely. Well, it was already I was back and forth between Austin Spurs and coming back.
Yeah.
So they made me do 9 games in 9 days. So I believe.
Damn, Pop said, get your ass to work.
Yeah. I was back and forth. And I think that was our 6th game. And at that point, I just got to Houston at 3 in the morning. I'm tired. I had to go to shoot around. The game is going, and I'm just sitting there. I'm talking to my boy Drew Eubanks, who's with Portland. I'm like, does this game just look real fast to you, or is it just me? Where it's like the middle of the second quarter, and he got 28 points. He's cooking us. This is when he went on that spree of 60 points.
Yeah, right.
Just going crazy.
For sure.
I'm sitting there, thinking things all right, I'm getting ready. I'm gonna get ready for the Austin Spurs game tomorrow. I got to take this double commercial flight over there to OKC. And I hear Lonnie.
The double? Damn, you got a
a
layover?
I hear Coach Pop, Lonnie. Like, what? Talking about, he's like, Lonnie, get in there, guard James. You want me to guard James immediately. All right, I got you. And he lit my ass up, man.
How many he put on you?
3 threes in a row. He shot 1 from half court. First one was a pull-up from half court. The next 2 was a dime. He went on 11-0 run. Coach Pop looking at me, cursing me out. Sit your ass back there. All right.
I was going to ask, is this your welcome to the league moment where okay, I'm here now? It's real, you know what I mean? And has the game slowed down since then?
By far.
Yeah,
I think the biggest takeaway that I had to do was when I first got into the league, I was such a big fan of just everyone. Mm-hmm. So when I'm guarding, I'm like, oh my God, I'm guarding James Harden. Or I'm guarding this
Thank
dude,
you for dropping 15 on me, James.
It's an honor, and then I had to stop giving those people that respect and understanding that, I'm here too.
Yeah.
For sure.
I gotta guard you the same way you gotta guard me. And I think that's something that really helped me as far as, the mental aspect and being able ready to play.
And when did it slow down? You know what I'm saying? When did the game start slowing down where you start seeing things a little better?
I wouldn't say the end of my first year, but I would say the beginning of my second year.
Okay.
When I really started to dial in on film and understanding, just certain aspects of the game and having Coach Pop around and
for sure
all the assistant coaches, day in and day out, we were watching film. Just on the little things, whether it was defensively or offensively. It showed me to make the game easier, because my first year I'm going 110,000 miles an hour. As soon as I catch it, I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I thought that would work out. Just use my athleticism the whole time. I'm faster. I can jump higher than most folks. It didn't work out like that. So I had to really, I'm still improving my IQ and trying to get better on that aspect. And that's probably one of the best parts of the game.
So when we talk about Coach Pop, we're not really media journalists. We don't really fuck with them per se, but we see how with Square Media,
for sure. There's some real ones out there.
I think he'll roll up with me. He'll at least hit the grape swisher. But what is Pop like?
He probably would though.
Hey, Greg Swisher will turn anything into fire. Okay, I just want you to know that. But so what's Pop like, when the cameras aren't around? And do you have any, funny Pop stories you could share with us?
Pop he's one of one. The one thing that I truly am blessed to have was he, off the court, it was always bigger than basketball. Before we had shoot around, he ran and be like, what's the capital of X, Y, and Z, or some random places in Europe and stuff like that. He really tried to keep us in tune and not be so ignorant with the outside world. But for the most part, Pop ain't play that. There's not really too much funny moments, I could say, without people getting a little scared. There was a time we were watching film. He tripped on like some weight dumbbell that was in the middle of the court, in the middle of the room. He tripped on it like 3 times. So he's like, someone move this damn thing. Someone dove on the floor, picked it up. That's how we move.
You're not laughing when he's done.
You're not laughing.
Good question for you. So you said 3 times. It would seem like after one. Okay.
No.
Two at least, bro. Right.
Move the shit, dog. Okay.
When that happened, you try to laugh. So you kind of look at your boy like,
yeah.
but you're not trying to say nothing.
Right.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
I played at UCLA. We used to have this thing in the locker room where if somebody was saying some reckless shit, we would all just lean back in the locker and then you'd make eye contact. Somebody else was like, what the fuck is going on? But I definitely know what that look means.
Pop is notorious for having those big team dinners. Where he's also credited as like one of the guys to get so many guys into wine. LeBron, Kobe, all these guys. Did you ever get to do any of those dinners? Kind of what were some of the highlights maybe from those?
Been to a lot of dinners. We had dinners almost after every game, especially the coaching staff. They had dinners once you arrive, probably at night, in the morning, they every single day. So for the most part, we were with our teammates. I wasn't necessarily with the coaches and stuff like that, but it was a good vibe.
Yeah.
DeJounte talked about the Spurs playing mind games, especially with the rookies. Yeah. Did you ever experience that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I played 9 games in 9 days.
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah. I mean, I think that's something that you have to understand and find balance in. I think that's something that has prepped me, when I have my highs and lows in the league. Moments like those kind of got me ready for just little things, being ready for the Lakers and even playing here, I've finally realized playing with the Lakers ain't for everybody. Being with the Spurs and having them kind of mentally try and break you, so you can kind of start be with their system and do certain things in that aspect. Sure, Zach.
What has that media circus felt like moving from, Spurs? It's an organization that keeps everything very tight, very in-house. And then you get to LA, you got TMZ outside restaurants. What's sort of that chaos felt like?
I mean, I don't really do much.
Okay.
I'm really home, reading my books, doing things. I try to stay out the way as much as I can. And from the Spurs to having really no media coverage coming here, it is way different, because I used to, after a loss, I can go on my phone or something, or I go home and chill, talk to my homies. You lose with the Lakers, you all over. You're all over Twitter. You suck. You this,
Jesus.
You that. You're all over.
Did you see that?
Here and there.
Okay.
I mean, it don't necessarily bother me. I've been through way worse than, someone trying to.
But this is what I tell you, because it's your first year with the Lakers and how Lakers fans move, right? Lakers fans will do that, but I've also seen them bully KCP to like a Finals MVP level performance. So they'll get on you, but it's LA, bro.
To keep it a buck, like even when I was growing up and I would watch like one of my favorite players or LeBron, per se player and stuff like that, and they lose, I'm going crazy. This dude's garbage. He sucks. He's this. And I probably don't really mean it, but at that time, since we lost and you ain't play up to your capabilities, I'm going to say you suck. For sure.
But this thing, if you press them in real life, they'll apologize.
I'm sorry.
It's just Twitter fingering.
That happened in Indiana. They were going crazy at AD, and AD's going back and forth. And after he got the block, he grabbed the ball. He's talking about first team, talking to the dude. He was like, I'm sorry.
I saw the video.
Look right at him. He's like, yeah, we're cool. We're good, man. We're friends.
We're good, bro.
I respect him for, you know what I'm saying, for apologizing. Not trying to front, too. No, like, you know what I mean? He knew what time it was,
He was terrible.
Because on the video, when I was watching the game at home, he looked like he had some choice words, but he just said, I'm first team. So
first team. He probably said some other stuff, but nah, that dude was...
It was nice to see the fire.
Dude was terrified.
So you signed a 1-year deal with the Lakers in the offseason. What was it about the purple and gold in this squad in particular that made you want to come to LA? And how motivated are you knowing that you just got this 1-year deal? Because you've been balling out. You got career highs across the board, you know what I'm saying? Doing your thug dizzle. banging on dudes that I would give 2 points still just because it looked beautiful. So how much that motivated you though, just to come out here and do it, show the world what you can do?
Motivated me a lot. I think one of the biggest things for me is I want to see how far I can get in with this league, how great of a player that I can be. And with the Spurs, it was a situation of growth. I got injured my rookie year, and then I was kind of like a step back. Going to the Lakers and having like a prove it deal, it was probably one of those moments where I'm like, I can finally show what I'm capable of doing.
Yep.
Whether if it's not even at the highest of schemes, but being allowed to just play through my mistakes, and be myself. So when I got the call that I was going to be a Laker, man, I worked out probably an hour after I heard about that. Just ready to go because, you come in here, it's a big franchise,
And what was that move like for you? Like San Antonio, to me, I've never been there neither. I don't think you. No,
I know. I'm not.
It doesn't seem like a cracking destination. not.
No hate. You know what I'm saying?
They got great food in San Antonio.
There we go.
Tex-Mex, what they got?
Yeah. They got something cooking over there.
But how excited were you to be able to come to LA? Nicer weather, beach right here, Roscoe's, all over the city. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It was dope. I mean, usually during the off season.
Roscoe's so weak, bro.
Yeah,
I just hate he always bringing up Roscoe.
Never had Roscoe's.
Smart man, bro. You're well read. I see you make good decisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
you can't bring it to the crib and reheat. You got
fresh Roscoe's isn't fresh, man. But let's get back to Lonnie. All right,
with the waffle.
Bro, it's not shit. Ain't sweet over there, dog. The Obama special is not Obamaing, okay, bro. Let's get back to the.
Joe's gonna leave the pod.
A waffle.
It's not good. It's not good, bro. It's cap. Let's go, bro.
John, that's bullshit.
I know you plan on focusing on defense. I'm gonna switch it up totally on this. I know you plan on focusing on defense, but I know you plan on focusing on defense. Coming into the Lakers, but you're having like career years offensively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how has that felt for you?
I mean, it's felt good. I'm still having my ups and downs and trying to find my way, but. It's been great, being able to have players like LeBron and AD, it makes the game way easier. Yeah. I'm an offensive player. I'm gonna get buckets regardless. But when you have those two players, when the focus is on them, I mean, the shots come easy.
Like 30 minutes a night, you're shooting better as far as percentages from deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been great to see.
Is there some level of like gratification, sort of like proving proving to people out there that may have doubted you, like this is the level I'm at, this is where I am?
For sure. Because when I signed to the Lakers, ain't nobody want me to sign to no damn Lakers.
Oh, man.
I was getting cooked. I'm getting comments. Hey, yo, sorry ass. Why we pick you up? I mean,
these are not real Lakers fans, all right? These are haters.
That don't bother me. I live for that. And
they're wrong. So
it makes me feel like I got to do something better.
I'm a LeBron fan, and when LeBron came, I was like, oh, you just want to be Hollywood. You just want to come out here and sell movies, whatever. Then we put that championship on their asses, and now it's, okay, yeah, Mount Rushmore me. That's just how it goes. Some Lakers fans, some are still hating, but we're converting you guys slowly but surely.
Slowly.
But it's LA, man. I think in general, LA people, they're so used to the bright lights in Hollywood and everything. So
it's go big or go home. There ain't no such thing as rebuilding. Are we gonna win a chip or not?
Yeah, and there are a lot of studio thugs out here too. So don't pay them no mind.
Thugs. Okay.
They want to throw rice at a Chinese wedding, and it's just mandatory in Hong Kong. You already know how it goes.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just being real. So coming to LA. It feels like people move. They always have that LA Hollywood moment. What was your first, like, oh, I'm in LA, like when you just see somebody random at a random ass spot, like, oh, that person's famous?
Almost every other day. Always, I think the first time I went to Delilahs, I think I seen Drake and some other folks stuff like that. So that was pretty dope.
Did you dab Drake up?
Nah, I kind of kept to
Did you not?
You saw Will Ferrell and you never go up to folks and, introduce yourself?
Well, one of my worst moments was when I met Tim Duncan for the first time. So when I first got to San Antonio, I met Tim, and he was standing there, calm, cool, and collective. And I went up to him, and I, choked on my saliva immediately. So I'm like, Tim, like coughing bad. And he's looking at me like, I'm trying to talk to him like, Tim, it's like, forget about it. I kind of walked away, like a little scared, a little sad. So since then, I kind of leave it alone.
Was he wearing an Old Navy fit? Like, what was he
was wearing these baggy ass shorts, these tank top.
That's awesome.
He's a hunter, so he always wears his watch right here.
Okay.
Just simple things like that. But yeah, Tim is San Antonio to the death of him.
You was a big Tim fan growing up or something? Like, that's
okay. It's just Tim's the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
When one of the winningest teams in the past decade, the things that he's done. So to see him just standing there like he's not Tim in a way, he's one of the most humblest people in the world. So when I seen him, I got so excited. I'm like, oh, that's Tim Duncan. Like, oh, snaps, this is about to be crazy. And as soon as I talked to him, I messed the whole thing up.
If it makes you feel any better, I was at that Lakers-Grizzlies game when Shannon Sharp got into it with the Morant clan and everybody. But I was sitting there, Jeannie Buss, and I had some Sour Patch Kids and started choking on the Sour Patch Kid in front of Jeannie and Jay Moore. And Jay kind of looked at me like, you going to make it, dog? I was tearing up and shit. I'm just like, not in front of Jay Moore.
That makes me feel much
Not in front of Bob Sugar. Damn.
Did you get a rap with Tim after that? Was that the only time you've had interaction you had with him?
No. He, like, after that, I mean, I was with him almost every other day. Especially after I tore my meniscus. When I was trying to get back on the court, he was on the court with me.
Okay, cool.
We were doing a whole bunch of 3-on-3s. In fact, our first 3-on-3, he made me throw up.
Wow.
Just working that hard.
How was that experience? Yeah, let's talk about that.
First time on the court, I'm excited. Like, yo, you got 3-on-3. Tim always plays with the youngins. You know, he loves the game. He's always at the facility helping us out.
Wow.
So he catches the ball at the top of the key, and he just tells like the manager and stuff like, go ahead, run around. And he's just holding the ball at the top of the key, and I'm just running around. He has this thick-ass brace on his knee, so he keeps setting like these fake screens for them, and I'm running over them, running over them. It's like a minute and 30, because usually for 3-on-3, you do like 3-minute stints. It's like a minute and 30. He finally misses it. I grab it, and as I'm grabbing, I like stop. I'm like, yo, something don't feel right. It gets in my throat. It gets all the way out. It comes all the way out. I threw up on the court. They're like, oh. Threw up again on the court. Oh. I'm like, I'm not done yet. Threw again in the trash bin.
There's more.
I done did some embarrassing moments now that I think about it.
In front of TD, bro. That's
it's crazy because after I threw up, he's like, all right, you got that out your system. All right, check up. Let's go.
Did y'all move courts or y'all wipe it off?
Oh, they wiped it off. You started right back up again.
Wow.
As a former manager, I know that pain of having to wipe off the court as fast as you can.
I threw up everywhere, like everywhere.
But see, that's like a low point, but you can only go up from there. So
yeah,
to say the least.
Only way is up after that.
I want to go back. You were obviously a Gatorade Player of the Year, a 5-star recruit. How did you choose Miami?
Pretty much the love. You know, I'm really big on authentic love and just being around real environments. And Miami since day one, you know, they was head over heels with me.
Yeah.
You know, every time they came to fly in, it was them and the whole assistant coaching staff.
Oh, wow.
I used to do a lot of hot yoga, so they used to try and do hot yoga with me.
No kidding.
Little things like
they were
that.
going hard.
Right. They wanted you.
They were going hard, man. You know, like on my official visit, they knew just certain things that I loved and loved to eat and shit like that. So I would go to my hotel and, you know, I had like Oreos and like Fruity Pebble boxes and stuff like that. So, you know, they were very intuitive and they paid attention to detail. So
they came with the Oreos and the Fruity Pebbles?
And the Fruity Pebbles, man.
Damn. Sign it.
So I got home. When I got to Miami, you know, I'm big on academics. I wanted to go to school for pre-med. So Miami was already like top 3 for the medical aspect. And being able to play in the ACC against Duke and North Carolina and things, you know, I already kind of had my mindset of me being a one and done.
Are the Duke players as annoying as like everyone on the outside thinks?
They whatever.
He was a Duke fan for a long time, so I had to ask.
I was a Duke fan for a minute, but we used to hate Florida State and Miami because y'all was so athletic and we couldn't fuck with y'all.
Always.
Y'all were always cook because I was like, damn, I hated seeing y'all on, you know what I'm saying, coming up.
Always.
So
what was it like playing at Cameron Indoor at Duke?
I didn't get to play in Cameron Indoors. Okay. They actually came to UM.
Okay,
it was just one game.
Just one game. So we got J-Lo and A-Rod to come to the game. I think Rick Ross was there too. So.
Oh, J-Lo and A-Rod. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they're
not
together anymore.
Not anymore.
No, it's a wrap.
Miami claims to be a football school, but you know, was there any saltiness from the football players with the basketball teams? It's a question I always ask people. Were they hating? Because generally, like I was a former hooper, like they get mad because we're better looking, better smelling. Usually have our choice of whatever's going on campus before them.
I would say
I don't know who you are.
I would say at UM, like at least when I got there, it was me and my boy Chris Likes. We were like one of the highest ranked recruiting teams, you know, ever. And, you know, I was one of the highest ranked players to come in. So as far as clout and everything, my freshman class, we pretty much did whatever we wanted to do.
That's what I like to hear. It's important.
It was sure as heck a nice little vibe. But we was cool with the football players. I never really had any moments where I'm like, yo, these dudes tripping.
Usually it's boo related.
Like that,
you know, just they get real sensitive.
And then as far as the draft process goes, right? Did you know where you were going in the draft? Kind of how did that all play out on draft night?
I had an envisionment.
You did?
You know, I did 5. I worked out with 5 teams. They had me listed at a lottery. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's between Sixers or the Clippers. Dominated the Sixers draft. You know, workout. It hit a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm for sure gonna be in Philly. You know, and then I went to the Clippers, and it was good vibes. You know, got to talk to Jerry West and everything like that. And so me and my agent's like, yeah, that you're between that 10, 11, 12 slot.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, cool, all right. You know, that's good. Let's get it going. So, you know, I got to be on the floor and everything, and they got to that 10, no. 11, no. 12, no. I said, well, damn. 13, 14, I didn't get to work out with them, so I'm like, I don't know where I'm going now.
Wow.
Because it was more so for the injury reasons. So, and I didn't know, you know, and that gave me like, my heart was pounding.
Yeah.
You know, my agent's like, yeah, they not going to pick you up. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, they also not going to pick you up. But it was a blessing. You know, I got to get picked 18th to the San Antonio Spurs, and I think that was one of the greatest gifts I could be given.
100%.
You're still really tied to the city. You know, like your charity's still really active and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, what does the city of San Antonio mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on love.
Yeah.
And the way that I was welcomed into the city of San Antonio from the fans, the community, it was amazing. You know, and for me to be there for such a long period of time, who I am as a person, I always want to give back. I'm always about bigger picture. You know, I grew up damn near homeless. You know, used to have to heat up the cold water bowls, put them in the microwave, fill up the tub with some hot water and stuff like that. So my mind growing up was always helping out the next generation, helping out as many kids as I can. So when I got to be with San Antonio, and the more and more I got to be around the folks and be around people, and I fell in love with the city, it was only right that I could help out.
For sure.
What was it like for you? We're going to come back to Laker talk now. Walking in that facility, meeting LeBron for the first time as teammates, as brothers in this struggle.
Yeah.
What's LeBron like off the court? He seems like a funny dude.
LeBron is like a big kid.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Really?
It's kind of crazy that, you know, he's 38 and he still has these moments where he's running and jumping and dancing. And, you know, I still haven't gotten over it. Because for me, personally, growing up, LeBron was my ride. I was a LeBron fan. I was an Allen Iverson fan because I'm from Pennsylvania, but I was a LeBron fan. I didn't care where he was. That was my wherever LeBron was. That's my favorite.
Where we going?
That's
that's we are.
Yeah, I'm not hearing
respect.
nothing. I'm here to fight. Whatever. No, LeBron's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So to finally be on his team, man, it took a while for me to get used to.
Was there a little bit of you like, okay, it's got to go better than it did with Tim Duncan?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, so when I seen him, I'm like, what's up, Bron? You know, played it cool. Yeah, I'm cool. He's like, what's up? He's like, what's up, champ? I'm like, you know, chilling, blessed, bro. You know, what I do.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So you got to be on the court with year 20, LeBron, 38 years old. He seems like, to me, a guy who he remembers everything. He sees and hears everything. He's on social heavy. He knows everybody who's talking shit. So has there been a moment this year where you've seen somebody maybe say something to him that probably didn't have the business to talk to LeBron? They might have been a little juiced up, gassed up. And how did he respond in that situation?
Shit, when we played the Spurs in San Antonio, Jeremy Sochan, I don't know what he said to him. I really don't. He just got subbed out, and he got like 8 points. You know, it's like second quarter. Jeremy says something. He's like, remember you said that. He's like, okay, remember you said that. And I looked around like, okay, you know, cool. Man, dude went for like 30-some points. Easy. Just easy. Like, didn't even break a sweat. We won by like 15, 20 points, but I don't know what it is, how he can just flip a switch. Because, you know, it was like he was poking a bear, so to speak, you know, because LeBron was chilling. He was passing, getting everyone else involved, you know, not really being like LeBron aggressive where he's like, yo, I'm going to go 1-on-5, I'm going to dunk on one of y'all, I'm going to get an N1, whatever. It was like he was chilling, and Jeremy said something to him. He was like, all right, remember you said that. Came back in, you could just see it in his eyes, man. I'm like, yeah, you don't got to do nothing. LeBron, do what you do. Take us to the victory, man. All right, we're good now.
Have you learned anything from playing with Bron? Like, are there things you'll take with you for the rest of your career?
A ton of stuff, and I'm still learning. And I think one of the best things that I've really got to watching is just his consistency. You know, whether it's a back-to-back game, a long road trip, you know, he's at that facility at 8 a.m. and he's getting some work in. He's one of the first players always to get to the facility. And whether it's getting treatment, you know, recovering, lifting, watching film, he's very adamant on just the amount of time that he has sacrificed on the team for basketball. And that kind of just shows why he's one of the greatest players of all time. It kind of shows why he's been to the finals so many damn times, because he's locked in, man. You know, and he knows every other team's plays. He knows how they're going to play him. He tells us where to go, where to be. Listen, if you see me right here, I need you to cut right here. You be wide open. I got you. Wow. You just walk to it. The ball just land right in your hands. Okay. And everyone's like, dang, Lonnie, you cutting really good. Bron is telling me to cut. It's in my hands, man. Like, it's
That's
real
awesome.
easy.
So last Bron question, but obviously you got the scoring record. So for you, how cool is it to be just a part of that, to see it going on? And he seemed like early on in the season he wasn't really talking that much about it, but as it's become more real, I think he's now 36 points away as of this taping. Just how cool is it for you to be a part of that moment? And do you want to give him that record-breaking dime?
Hell yeah, I want to give him that record.
Love it.
You're going to see my ass passing him the ball all night tomorrow, right? But, I mean, it's definitely a blessing, and it's humbling at the same time. I grew up idolizing this dude, you know, and to be able to play with him is a whole nother, you know, thing that I always think about and talk about, you know. So to be in a predicament where, you know, I'm in with the same team where he's going to break a record that's, you know, hasn't been broken in 40-something years, 41 years. Yeah. It's dope as hell, man. You know, so I'm excited to watch him break those records, and he's going to continue to be breaking more and more records as we go.
So Bron's the GOAT, in your opinion?
By far.
Okay, just making sure.
By far. Talk about it, though. Why do you say that?
Yeah, because some people...
What's your thinking behind that?
There's not really much to think about, you know?
Thank you.
Me and AR were talking about it. I'm like, LeBron is almost too perfect. The only thing that he can't do is shoot free throws. You know, he's perfect, but God was like, all right, there's one thing that I'm not going to do.
Right.
You got to nerf some of it.
Yeah, we got to nerf something. Like, we got to
moist.
Bro, we got to like calm you down, like, because everything else you do is too perfect. But your free throws, we're going to have to like
too much hand moisture
down a little bit.
I wanted to ask on the trash talking note. Is there someone that surprised you when you got into the league, trash talking wise, be it when you're playing in San Antonio or here? Someone that's trash talk, you were like, I did not think it would be him.
Nah, not really.
Okay. It's mostly guys that we would guess.
Is there somebody really good at doing it?
Yeah.
There's somebody that's really, really good at it.
Well versed in Lonnie Walker knowledge.
Probably. Nah. I mean, people don't talking trash nowadays. It's not as how it used to be, you know.
Is it because there's too many microphones on the court? Is it because people...
You know, refs are very adamant about how you talk to people. I would say Pat Bev is pretty good at what he does.
Yeah.
Most trash talking tends to come from the bench players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, you shoot a corner shot.
You hear him...
Bum at, da-da-da. He with us, you know, things like that. But I haven't really...
He with us is cold. That would hurt. Oh, no, bro. That would hurt. That would hurt, bro.
I'm coaching in high school now, and that's what all these little kids be saying.
That's what they say.
He with us is crazy,
don't even trip. He with us.
You hear that, boy. And
I'm like, damn, that would really fuck
it
me up.
messes with you, especially if you're like wide, like butt naked open, like you got time and day to shoot, and before you shoot it, he with us. And it don't go in, you know, because when you make it, you look at the bench.
Right.
But if you don't make it, man, you just run your ass.
Yeah, don't look back.
Don't look back, you know, and then if you end up running back to that same corner, it's over for you.
You mentioned Pat Bev. What are you thinking when he walks with the camera towards the official?
A living legend.
Ah, yes.
A living legend.
Yes.
That's all time in my book.
That's one of the greatest moments ever.
I'm trying to think of another better moment in NBA history, and I can't really think about it.
No.
Just the spontaneity to know to go get the nice camera, cue up the photo.
And that's how he is in real life. Like, you can be in the middle of a conversation or anything. He'll just say something off the fly. You know, and you'll be like, yo, how do you think of this? You know, like, where's your mindset? You know, everyone's talking about one thing. You just make a quick left turn.
I have a question. Was the camera even on? I know he doesn't know how to operate all that shit. Was it even on when he showed him? It was just like
because when I watched the video, if you watch it when he's walking away, you could tell that it's like live. Like, it's kind of showing everything else.
Okay.
So I don't think he necessarily showed it, but he brought that damn camera
for the vibe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, yo, I know
noise.
he's seen this because the ref is like, Pat, like, I'm not trying to deal with you right now. And it's almost every game, you know, he gets a lot of leeway because, you know, it's that's how he is. You know?
That was funny. That's all I'm saying. You can't get mad if you're the ref.
Right. He had to tee him up, though. You had to.
Tee back.
But also, it's like, you know what I mean? It's funny.
Because they admitted that they fucked up.
Right.
That was bad.
That was horrible, bro.
That was bad.
It's really odd being like, I mean, as a fan, seeing like somebody that good that doesn't get calls. And it's not just that call. It seems like it's been over. Oh, can you talk about this? I don't know. Can you talk about the rest of it? We'll talk about it later. Yeah, we ain't gonna get to it. We ain't gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
The gentleman fouled LeBron and they did call it.
I would say the only thing is Bron is.
The dawn of Black History Month, Zach.
I would say the only thing is Bron is like 6'9", 240, 250. He's super strong.
Treat him like Shaq.
So when he gets to the lane and he's so dang strong, it don't ever seem like a foul because he doesn't.
He just goes through it.
Just goes through it.
Yeah.
So a ref 9 times out of 10 is like, I ain't really see it.
Another great player you play with is Russ. You know what I mean? He's caught a lot of shit since he's been here in L.A. What are some things you've been impressed watching him, you know, maybe off court or on court?
He keeps things professional.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen him look deterred or upset, you know. And especially for me, being with San Antonio and being from the outside in and being like, yeah, like Russ, like what's going on? Like he tripping, he doing this, he doing that. But to be with him, man, he's one of the hardest working dudes I've been around. And he's probably one of the best teammates I've been around. You know, and that's something that I didn't even expect because of how much the media has influenced and you know, kind of showed what he was. Every single day, you know, he's asking how everyone is, whether it's after games and he sees my family, and he's talking to my family, inviting them to get some clothes or whatnot and hang out. So he's just a great guy, you know. And one thing I learned is just his intensity. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
He's on it. And it's not something that he switches on and off.
Russ is one of the better dressed gentlemen in the game. I would rock to honor the gift gear. I don't have
that shit fire. That shit go.
That's how price point. Not. He a UCLA guy, so I'm hoping for a discount, Russ. But if you had to pick one teammate who's in need of a fashion makeover, whose fits aren't dripping, what teammate would you say needs to really, you know, get with a stylist and get their mind right?
Austin Reeves, man.
You don't have drip?
No, it's not that he don't have drip. He's real life one of those cool like white boys that wear the J's and the sweatpants, but you can't come to the game with the same sweatpants and the same hoodie with the same ones. And I'd be like, yo, AR, come on, we gotta talk about this. But he's from Arkansas. He don't care. You know? Like, bro, I'm here to hoop. I don't care about none of that fashion stuff.
In the same clothes every time like a cartoon character.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it never changed.
That's
awesome.
Teammate like that in college, and we used to keep a count on the board. And one time the coach walked in, he didn't know what was going on because it got to be like 23, 24. But it was a nice fit. And then when he graduated, we hung those on the wall in our room.
Honor.
We retired
That's
it.
awesome.
We retired the fit. You got to move on sometimes. So back to yourself, man. You love hooping when the lights are the brightest, right? You've been doing it in college, in the league. I think you relish the opportunity to come to the Lakers and play in Hollywood. A lot of dudes can't do that. They're not built for it. Is that just innate in you, or is that something you had to develop, you know, in your youth? Or when did you know that you could do that?
Honestly, since birth, man.
Okay.
I've never been shy as far as, you know, what I love to do and how I play it. Even in high school, you know, one of the hardest things in high school is, you know, Reading, Pennsylvania has a lot of history. You know, so we take great pride on the basketball aspect. So by the time 9th grade came, you know, the whole city of Reading, which we probably got over 100,000 people, kind of knew who I was. You know, I was like the prodigy child. So all our games were, you know, by the time my junior and senior year came, you know, all our games were sold out. You know, there's times where they made us switch venues because our fans were like, bro, we got too many fans. Like, you tripping. Our state championship game, we packed out the Giant Center. I think we actually broke Kobe's record, which was pretty dope, you know, and things like that. So as far as pressure and, you know, the limelight and all of that, I've been dealing with it since 8th, 9th grade, you know. So it's been an easy transition.
You actually went to the same high school as Danielle Marshall, so I had to just get that in because I'm a little bit older than you.
Danielle, Stu Jackson, you know, we got a couple names.
Yeah, you know, the legends, but you broke his scoring record. What did that mean for you? Because, you know, you talk about just the close-knit community in Reading, and he was kind of the first one to come out of there and really do some amazing things. So what did that mean for you to be able to, A, break his record, be a McDonald's All-American like him, and now be doing your thing in the league as well?
It was an honor. For me, for the most part, even when I was in high school, my mindset wasn't like, all right, I'm going to the league. Like, I'm guaranteed league money. I'm guaranteed to do this. You know, when I entered high school, it was kind of like, I'm gonna see where this takes me. And the more and more I got better at it and realized how good of a player I was, the more and more I fell in love with it. And then to be able to break that record, it meant more to me than just basketball. You know, breaking that record showed, you know, the amount of trials and tribulations I've been through. You know, the traumas that I've been through. I broke all of that. you know, and being able to break that record, it kind of represented everything that I dealt with to get to that point, you know. So it was more of an accomplishment as far as I made it, you know, and I'm still making it. And I'm breaking records and I'm setting the tone. And to break someone that was in the NBA and got to play with LeBron and things of that nature, it made me feel even more motivated after the fact. And it showed that maybe I do have a possibility to making it to the pros or whatever this may take me. But let's keep on stacking these days.
Danielle played like 100 years in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it would seem like it would be stamped where I know I'm in the league now. You know what I'm saying? Breaking this record and also getting the state championship, which was the first time in your high school's history as well.
Oh yeah, that was one of the greatest moments of my life. And to run out there, you ever watch the movie Friday Night Lights?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It was their state football game when they ran out and they seen everything. That's how it was with us. You know, we ran out and it was like the whole stadium, because we're red, white, and black. The whole stadium was full red. And then you had this little patch of like white and green. I was ready to go, you know.
Love that.
The only time that we made it was, I don't know if it was with Stu Jackson or Danielle. They made it to the States, and they lost off of a foul that was called after the buzzer.
No.
Shoot the free throw. So that's how they lost the state championship game.
Oh, bro.
So one of the greatest facts for us was, you know, we got 2,000 wins. So when we got 2,000 wins my freshman year, we were like third in the United States and first in the East Coast. So we have a lot of wins, especially considering, you know, we're not like a transferring school. We're not big name brands, nothing. It's just, you know, we're one of like the first, when basketball came out, we were one of the first places to really dive in on basketball.
Yeah.
So the fact that we didn't have no state championships is ridiculous to me, you know. So to be able to get that state chip, I've been thinking about that since, you know, since forever, since growing up. It's like, yo, we got to get the state chip. We got to do this. We had a team that went undefeated and they lost like first round, and you know, and it hurt, you know. So our fans go hard. So when we won that state chip, you could just see everyone's faces, everyone's crying. It felt like a breath of fresh air, you know.
Yeah.
Man, I love watching you in games go to the hoop. Because your boosties are literally phenomenal. But I'm always just watching you just pull this shit and cock back, and it's like, so from your basketball career, what's your favorite dunking on somebody? Like what's the best body that you've caught?
In the NBA?
NBA, college, or whenever. You could be at a park, whatever. But give me the NBA one first.
NBA one, probably against Dallas, Patty Mills in transition. That was a really nice one that I did. Everyone likes to remind me of the Denver Nuggets.
I was about to ask you about that, bro.
I know y'all would.
Did you think about it a lot personally?
No. So like, we were getting blown out, you know.
Okay.
And you know, the youngest came in. So when I'm going, I'm just like, fuck it, let's jump. You know, I took my 1-2, took my bionic leg, got ready for that left jump, and when I jumped, it just felt a little bit different. There was something wrong with that floor seating or something, but I got high as hell, and I'm in the air like, oh shit.
Was scared?
I'm like, hold on now. This, like, I'm looking at the rim. Like usually when I jump, I'm looking at the rim, but right now, like, it's obvious. Like I'm staring at this damn rim. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to do him dirty. So in my head, I'm like, let me calm this. Like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, this is the one. Like,
okay.
About to give me some minutes. Like I'm about to get this dude. So I'm in the air and I try to palm it because I was just gonna throw it in. And when I palm it, it slipped out my hands. So as soon as it slipped out my hands from palming, I just had to like finger roll it. And now every time I meet anybody that knows who Lonnie Walker is, they're like, bro, why you missed that dunk?
The thing to me was like, the thing to me was the layup was harder because you were so high. You had to like butter roll it down, bro. It was insane, like the difficulty
Still
at that. You know what I mean?
Missed it.
The beautiful and the elegance of, I'm still give that a point retroactively.
Oh yeah,
they gotta do something about that.
It was funny because when I landed, you could just hear the whole like arena. Oh my god! Everyone's talking. It's no more like about the game. You could just hear everyone just whispering, talking. The assistant coaches, the players on the Nuggets bench, they're talking and talking. I'm like, This is when I was rookie. I'm like, man, I'm the man around here now.
You know how serious shit is when the opposing team. Because like I've seen in those situations, like, you know, we played against Salim Stoudemire when I was in college, and we used to like. One time watching him, he hit like a 35-footer. I had to just start cheering. I was like, oh shit. But I was like, wait.
Oh yeah.
Can't be doing
start laughing. Like,
when they break character and they literally have to like, they're holding each other back. Because you know that dude Trey is gonna get clowned in film. Probably still watching it, but not that full just clowning going on.
I remember when he came to San Antonio, we talked about it like 1,000 times. I'm like, you got lucky, bro. During practice, I kept on trying to dunk on his ass.
It's up there with Ja, though. That was one of them missed dunks for like, woo,
Yeah.
bruh. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. It's up there with the Ja missed dunks for sure.
I'm going to get some more for sure.
So, talking about dunks, the dunk contest been kind of rough, bro. You know what I mean? Over the years.
Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine ruined it.
Yeah, but why? Because it's too good?
Yeah, like a motherfucker puts it between their legs. What you going to give him now?
Yeah.
Innovate.
No, you got bunnies where you're up so high, you're scared.
We've hit the upper limit of human physics.
But what dunks do you think you could possibly do?
I agree.
If
That's
it's you,
gonna give
I would
you a
jump up
50.
and try to like jump through the rim with my whole body.
Yeah,
720.
Someone's gonna have to do a flip. But that word,
like 2K Live, was it 2K? Was it 2K Live when they did the slow motion with the double between the legs?
I
on the
miss
ceiling
them
and
days,
everything.
man. That's
Maybe
a good game.
The board and everything.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, do it on an 8-foot rim then. Let's really get inventive.
Yeah, now we talking.
But you've never thought about the dunk contest, G?
I have, but I tore my meniscus twice. So I really be trying to chill off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it in the game.
Either this year, I can't do it this year because it's too late. But I'm gonna tell y'all next year, I'm definitely gonna be thinking about it highly.
Okay.
Yeah,
I look forward to
plan
it.
on joining it. I'm gonna show y'all a couple things.
In Indy, that's their favorite city. Indianapolis.
Man,
My brother lives there now. We can't disparage it like
I
we
don't
used
mind
to.
Indy. Century located. Steak and Shake.
I don't need an all-star game in
White
Indy, bro.
Castle.
I ain't got to get into that. But anyway. So you're coming back from injury, you know what I mean? What's that process like, getting back into it?
trying to get accustomed to how the team's playing and the rhythm and the flow of the game. But most importantly, conditioning.
Okay, for sure.
That's something that I get so pissed off about because, when you're not playing, especially for the amount of time that I didn't play, they got you on the bike. They got you, just doing so much conditioning where you think that you should be ready for on-court conditioning, but there's nothing that duplicates it. So you get on that damn court and you're so damn tired.
Is Ed the trainer?
Ed, yeah.
Yeah,
so
he was the trainer when I was at ASU.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh man, so my dude Anthony Barry, he's like, we got Versa climbers, we got this, we got that. I'm like, all right, like let's bang this out. Like I'm about to go crazy. And as soon as I got back on the court and I started doing like 3-on-3s and 5-on-5s, I'm like, yo, I'm too out of shape. Like I'm tired as hell. So being acclimated to just on-court conditioning, because when you play defense or you're running back and forth and then you got a shot, sometimes you don't got your legs under because you're so dang tired and whatnot. So I would say just getting back in condition is one of the hardest things to get used to.
That Versa climber is fucking crazy, though.
It's terrible.
Jesus Christ, bro.
It's
It's great for retired people because I still get that
Is
work
it?
in.
I'll be tired as hell.
Well, I'm saying, but it ain't like running sprints on the court and shit.
How long you put in on that?
They made us do like 1 minute and like 30 seconds off, 1 minute on,
Sprints?
30 seconds off, and then the 30 seconds off, I'm shooting free throws. And you got to keep it like above 160 or something like that. And
I'll give you a good like 80.
Everybody in the crowd scratching their head like, shit.
like every time I got off,
Ain't no
that
way.
Versa, man, it ain't no joke. Every time I got off, my legs was like shaking. They're like, "Come on, let's shoot some free throws." I'm like, "Bro, I can't move. I'm about to pass out."
Right.
Never again.
So when you look around the NBA, obviously, I really enjoy watching the Lakers on Spectrum, my favorite network. Shout out to the crew over there. But great crew. Geeter, Ali Cliff, and
Panderer.
James.
There's a bag coming, huh? Right. There's definitely.
No,
Panderer.
it's Spectrum. It's local. There's not.
LeBron go to basketball. They go to
Pass that bag.
pander.
All right. There's something waiting over there.
That bag gets smashed off the table. I just have a love and affinity for Spectrum. That's my home network. But what team besides the Lakers do you enjoy watching in the NBA? Like, if you could watch one team league pass, like I'm gonna roll with this squad and I want to watch them. Who are you checking out?
Probably Memphis.
Okay.
They play like the way that they play is it's fun. They're young. They love playing with each other. You see how they react during the interviews and stuff like that. So it seems like they have a great time on the court just as much as a great time that they have off the court. Ja Morant gets everyone involved. He's doing what he does. So probably Memphis, but I don't like Memphis, to be honest with you.
Sure. So when Shannon Sharp was getting into it with the crew, I don't know where you might have been headed towards the locker room, but if it became one of those things, I was fully ready to jump in. and just stand behind and watch. But I only got that.
Protect that cardigan at all costs.
I would have got with Usher. I would have got with T. But were you ready? Like, it seems like they do a lot of woofing on the court. I mean, we've seen the Ja comments. You know, nobody scares them in the West and things like that. Are they doing a ton of talking to Dylan Brooks and Shannon getting into it?
Not that I've seen. They try, you know, but it's a lot of fake hoorah. You know, everyone likes to. That's one thing that I don't understand is the fake tough guy stuff on the court. Like, if you're not. For me, back home, I'm an East Coast baby. Like, all my homies is from New York and stuff. Like, if we got a problem, we gonna shoot a 30. Like, we gonna fight. You got some gloves. We gonna fight for these quick 30 seconds, and then we gonna be cool afterwards.
I've never heard shoot a 30.
But it only lasts 30 though.
It only lasts 30.
Niggas be tired after 30 seconds, bro. That's a long fight, bro.
There's times where like you might be in disagreement with your homie or something. Like, yo, bro, let's shoot the 30 real quick. Let's get it out the way.
I'm gonna spend 29.
Right. Bro, it might not last 32 because that shit is tiring.
After 15 seconds, you tired. The next 15, you just gonna be looking at each other, just
or grab each other. You know what I'm saying? Get the rest of that moment.
Like, I know we're both tired.
It's ice. It's done. It's ice for a reason.
To see it all on the court, it's like I just smile half the times. It gets me hyped because I'm like, all right, probably now we're gonna start getting after each other on the court. Like, you know, whether it's pick and roll or whatnot, everyone's gonna start talking smack. Now everyone's in tune within the game, and it's a fun game. You know, but for the most part, being like, yo, I'll knock your ass out or I'll do this to you. It's like, bro.
See, it'd be hard for me to hear like Kuz or somebody say that because like, dog, I saw your pink sweater. Like, even if you do knock me out, I'm just saying like the sleeves were past your hand.
Trash bag coat the other day, man.
Oh, that was
You thought that was phenomenal? You said?
I'm just saying that the gall to pull that off. Like the stylist showed him that. He's like, yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm in the bus. Put
it in the car.
Yeah. The Missy Elliott joint, run me that. You feel me?
I need
that.
Though. If you rock with confidence, you cool.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got. But that's just not for me, man.
Before we go, I want to ask about your foundation and some of the work that you guys are doing and kind of what is coming up in the future with your foundation.
I've done a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I've done, laptops to schools, turkey drives, Christmas toy drives for, children's homes and whatnot, and women's, trying to help single mothers and stuff like that. So my foundation is bigger picture as far as helping out as many people that I can and inspiring and motivating the youth, So for the most part, day in and day out, we're trying to find ways to help schools, whether it's putting money in for books, putting money in for laptops, school drives and things of that nature. And because for me growing up, I always felt like I didn't really have someone to look up to. I didn't have the opportunity to feel inspired or be inspired or, someone's giving back to our community where I'm like, dang, like I want to get right. I want to do this. So it's always been for me bigger picture and helping out the next gen, helping out the kids coming up. So my foundation is all about just helping out, essentially.
Right on.
But how old are you?
24.
Damn, you wise.
Hey, G.
Yeah, seriously.
24, I was helping myself.
You feel me? Trying to, you feel me?
That answer is great.
What books are you reading? Because you talked about that. I'm trying to tap in, G, because you got that calm energy. I need my anxiety be fucking up, around. I need to get like you feel me?
I have, as a recent, I haven't been tapped in. I actually got to go get some new books. But my dad, he didn't play no games with me growing up. I used to come home. I used to have to read for an hour and write for an hour.
Wow.
Then write about the book that I read for the next 30 minutes. So it kind of is instilled in me.
Right on.
Dad,
Writing book reports at home?
At home.
Outside of school?
Absolutely.
Wow,
I would have been like, Dad, I'm going to be right in the gym working.
And
bedtime.
That's where we went afterwards. I wasn't really, I was more so of a shelter kid. I'll come home, read for an hour, write for an hour, do what I had to do, do my chores, and then we out to the park, had to go work out. If I had AAU practice or something, had to do my AAU practice, and then after practice, he'd make my ass lift or go do something again. People ask, why do I jump so high? And one of the main reasons is because, like, after every single practice I could possibly remember since third grade and up, he used to make me do like 400 to 500 box jumps.
Wow.
So pretty much every single day. And like whether it was football practice, basketball practice, any given time, I was doing box jumps, and I would be crying. Families, parents would be like, "Yo, I'm about to call child services on you. You're tripping.
You like, call him.
You're bugging out.
He gonna have
doing
buddies.
this. I'm over here crying like, call them, bro. I'm about to die, man. I'm tired of this. I can't stand my pops." And he's over there like standing over like a scientist, like, "One of these days," because my nickname's Buddha. So he's like, one of these days, Buddha, you gonna thank me. Yeah. And then sixth grade came, got my first dunk.
Wow.
6th grade?
Yeah.
In game?
In game.
Bro, is that even?
On a 10-foot hoop.
10-foot hoop.
You were in 6th grade.
That's a rec league. That 6th grade is rec league,
A real
ain't it?
6th grader, or are you like one of these new age?
Reclass.
I'm 27 in the 6th grade.
So he can I'm driving under you, you feel me? That's crazy.
It was 6th grade. It wasn't like I dunked it, kind of pulled on the rim, so I don't know if that really counts.
It counts. It counts. I was trying to touch neck, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Like, I got that dunk in 6th grade, man. I was like, I'm that dude. And then afterwards, I think I had like 30 points that game. My pops was like, "You missed like 6 free throws." So we about to shoot about 600 free throws.
See, I rock with your pops
awesome.
because it didn't matter how many points you scored.
Oh, it didn't matter.
Why you missed them? You missed them 2 jumpers in the 3rd quarter, dog.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Them 2 jump shots, we work on those. What happened? Why aren't you locked in? I used to hate those talks. After every game, whether it was good or bad, we would talk 2-3 hours after the game.
Does your dad have buddies? Like, it's not genetic at all. You said you was just really grinding from 3rd grade.
I was grinding, but yeah, my dad has balance.
Okay. I'm gonna say, bro.
He played at Alvernia D3 school. He scored 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds.
Wow.
Okay.
So he
you could at least respect when he's like, we got to hit these 400 because like if the pops is not like pops,
If he ain't punching nothing, it's like, bro, like
that was the thing growing up. It was always like, yo, your pops was nice. Your pops was nice. So it used to piss me off because me and him have the same name. So they'd be like, yo, that's Lonnie's son. That's Lonnie's son right there. I'm like, nah, I'm Lonnie.
My name is also Lonnie, sir.
Right.
I think it was like 10th grade came, and they're like, oh, that's Lonnie's pops right there.
That's
he ain't talked to
crazy.
me for like 2-3 days.
I'm currently going through that. So
or did he quit before you got better than him?
No, so the last time I played him was 6th grade, and he played jail ball.
Just beating you up, bro.
My dad,
Oh, man.
My dad is 6'6", 275. So I would go up for a layup. There's times I went for a layup. He pushed me into the grass. I had a couple scars.
This feels like
foul.
he got game, but then you got to the league, so it worked out. So that's what I'm saying.
I used to
I'm
hate
taking notes right now. I got 2 little kids, and you best believe box jumps. They're still at the age where they'll think it's fun, but we're riding for the next 10 to
You will
15
do
years.
it, yeah.
It's fun in games. It's like after the first couple times, you're like, man, I'm doing this. This is fun. And then you start having practice, and then you're like, all right, let's go. You know what time it is? You're like, bro, I want to chill with my friends.
Right.
I used to have my homies after practice or my homies after school. Like, I used to have a little biking gang. Yeah. They be chilling out front doing wheelies and stuff, and I'm in there writing my ABCs for an hour. Reading my book for an hour. Yo, Lonnie, come out. No, my pops.
Are they in the league now?
No.
So he was right? Was he right? Was he right?
He's probably, I think a couple of them are still popping willies a little bit.
Yeah, so we got to talk about, I'm a meme connoisseur. So I remember when this came out, when the clutch points dropped the, I think you had a wrist injury.
Yeah.
They were like, rest up. Is that the most wild thing you've seen on social involving yourself?
Between that and the floating hat thing when I got drafted, but for sure. Because when it happened, I was sleeping. So when I woke up, I had like 100 missed calls. Like 100 missed calls. My mom's texting and calling me. I'm like, what's going on? So I see the tweet, rest up, Lonnie. So I'm like, I'm still here. Like, what are we talking about? Like, for a point, I thought I died my damn self. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, I read the tweet. I'm like, damn, rest in peace, bro. I'm good. What is this talking about? My mom texted me. My dad is texting me. I had like 50 missed calls. And I'm like, man, these dudes tripping.
Touch points goes overboard with the graphics, but I respect them because they do go hard.
Yeah. We've been asking people this, but what is your favorite move?
I thought you was gonna say movies, Zach.
Uh-huh.
I thought too. I was like,
so plain.
Favorite move is probably a little hezzy go.
Okay.
I'm quick and athletic, so it is, being one of the better shooters. People kind of gotta respect me. Yeah. So give them a little hezzy go. I mean, half of the time they can't keep up.
How old were you when you first perfected that?
Perfected it?
Yeah.
ninth grade. Growing up, I used to do the Allen Iverson crossover.
Yeah.
I was a huge before LeBron. I ain't gonna lie, I was Allen. Being from Pennsylvania, I was
For sure, yeah.
To learn it.
All respect.
I used to get every Sunday. There was a magazine. They used to have like an updated like what his cornrows was for that week. So I used to make my mom give me the same cornrows he had. So I used to do the AI crossover every game.
That's awesome.
Every single play, every possession, it was an AI crossover. I don't think I did any other move.
But it worked.
Had the whole neck move, had everything. Bring that John up.
It would have been fun to be a parent and see all the kids trying to do the AI cross.
The AI move in second, third grade is legendary.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing better than that. AI cross, neck swinging, everything. You get a layup, you do that little cool jog back. I'm that dude. That's cool.
I was thinking about that run back. You said how important, because you're playing with the Lakers, the cameras on you, about 27 cameras every game. How important is that run back? I never played in the league, but I imagine I want to make sure I have the sweet run back.
Smooth with it. Man.
It's funny now that I think about it. You kind of like you gotta figure out what your run is. Like sometimes I used to backpedal, look around like I did that.
It's important. I'm him. You feel me?
But now it's like being in the 5th year and I get a bucket, I'm like I gotta sprint my ass back.
Yeah.
Sometimes some motherfuckers grab it, you gotta go. Like there ain't no more jogging, being cool about it. Trying to look all cool. Everyone's looking at you. No, you gotta jog and get back because you can be pissed off when your ass is on film.
You can't do the sweet run back and get burned for a bucket.
You on film, everyone's watching like, yo, Lonnie, what you doing here?
Circling you. Yeah.
Come on, Darvin, I'm doing the sweet run back.
You see how smooth I am with it?
Run back. I know you like it, man. Stop playing.
So LeBron says if y'all make the playoffs, y'all have a chance against anybody. Why is that?
I feel like we have almost everything, to say the least. I mean, you got Bron, which is a cheat code within itself, and then you got AD, which is another cheat code within itself. And you have role players like myself, Troy, Austin Reeves, even Dennis is doing a terrific job, who kind of are the faces of that role. And as far as the offensive flow of the game, we have the pieces. We have the guys. I feel like I'm one of the a really good piece on the team.
For sure.
Being aggressive, I truthfully feel like I can score on all 3 levels. And then you got Dennis, who's doing his thing. You got AR, who's a terrific player. He's one of the coolest, most cool dudes I've been around. So I don't think there's that many teams that can, as far as playoffs come, in a 7-game series that can really mess with us. 1 and 2 games, cool, but a 7-game series is really hard because we got too many pieces. It's all about us really being disciplined and understanding the game plan.
I agree.
Love it. Love it. All right, appreciate you, my G. Thanks for tapping in with us. Thanks, man. It was great, man. Hella fun.
Thank you.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. You can get it on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, like the video as always. And if you want to listen to this, you can get it on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.